Assalamu alaikum. I'm making banana cream or banana custard. I've got 2 bananas here. The more ripe, the better the banana. And I've cut them into small pieces. And while the pan is on medium heat, I'm going to just mash the mash the bananas with this spoon on the sides. I'm going to mash it on the sides really quickly. I'll show you how it looks after I mash it together. Don't like me use firm bananas. Try to get ripe bananas because they're a lot easier to mash. And now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of date syrup. I'm adding date syrup. This is date syrup. You can add brown sugar. You can add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar if you don't have date syrup. And I'm going to help this to mash it a bit more. So while it's heating on medium-low heat, you just mash it up slowly while it heats together. And I'm also going to be adding 2 teaspoons. See, I'm just mashing it up like this with a whisk. It's easier with the whisk than with the spoon, especially if your bananas are a bit firm like mine. But they will get soft as they heat up. So you just carry on mashing it like this. With the date syrup, I've added 2 tablespoons. On low heat, I've put it on as low heat as it will go. And now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder. So here I am, I'm adding the 2nd teaspoon. See, it's not a full teaspoon even of the cinnamon powder. If you don't like cinnamon, you can add less. You can add only 1 teaspoon. And I'm going to carry on mashing everything together on low heat with the cinnamon and the date. I'm going to carry on mashing the bananas. They're getting softer now as they get hotter. And then we're going to add in 1 can of condensed milk. Okay, so you should have something like this after 2-3 minutes. Make sure it's on low heat. I've mashed up the bananas inside the date syrup. The date syrup is just basically dates and water. So it's healthier than the sugar. It's much better for you than the sugar. You could even use honey if you want. And then I'm going to add 1 can. I'm going to add the whole can. 1 500 milliliter can of evaporated milk. So this is 1 can of evaporated milk, 500 milliliters or half a liter. I've added the full thing. Now I'm going to let this gently come to a boil. Carry on mixing everything together. And I'll show you how it looks after 2-3 minutes. So this is how it's looking after 2 minutes. The sauce is getting thicker. Our banana date sauce. And the dates give it a delicious taste, very nice taste. And you can pour this on top of cake, like a custard. That's what I'm going to do. Or over any kind of pudding, or anything you want, you can pour this over. You don't want it to be too thick, and you don't want the milk to boil. So I've turned it up a little bit to medium-low heat. And I'm going to turn it back down now to the lowest heat. You don't want the milk to boil over because it will ruin the sauce. So you gently heating this. And I'm going to carry on whisking it, making sure all the banana and everything is mixed in properly. So it's very useful to use a whisk. If you use ripe bananas, this will be a lot easier. And you can have this with cake. I'll show you how I'm gonna have it with cake now. I will put cake recipes on as well, if people like my videos. You see, so this is how it's looking so far. Today I have a box cake. Basically, it's a cake from a box, but I'll show you how to make a cake from scratch. I've already made this one and I did not record it. Well, it's basically from a box. You don't want the sauce too thick. You want it like a runny cream, like custard. And you don't want it to boil over. So just carry on mixing it like that, and it'll be ready in a couple of minutes. Okay, the sauce is ready after about 5 minutes on low heat. Your sauce is ready, and it'll be like this. It won't be too thick. It'll be runny, a little bit runny like this. You can put it over your cake. It has a little bits in it. If you don't like little bits, you can blend this in the blender when it cools down a bit. But I don't mind the little bits. There's little bits of banana in it. I have absolutely no issue with it. If you want, you can really smooth it out even further with a spoon. But I don't mind it like this. So I'm going to pour this over plain cake. Actually, I might bring the cake right here and do it right in front of you. I'm going to pour it over this cake. This normal plain cake. I'm going to pour this in on top of it. Like a spoon of this. Like one ladle. Like this much. However much you want really, is up to you. So here I have the cake. This is not healthy, but it's delicious. I'm just pouring over the sauce. It's like banana and date with cinnamon custard. There you have it. I'm going to enjoy that. It's absolutely delicious. You can go with any kind of cake or any kind of pudding. You can go with crumble, anything you want. And if you don't like little bits of banana in it like I have absolutely no issue with it. But if you're a bit fussy, you can blend it all in the blender. If you want it smooth, there you have it. Enjoy. Assalamu alaikum.